Now we've discussed taxes at length, but what does the government actually do with all the tax revenue that it collects? You can see the Sheriff of Nottingham down here collecting taxes from the Disney movie Robin Hood. What do they do with all that tax money? Well, they do a lot of different things. You can think about all the stuff that the federal government does. It provides a national defense. It provides funding for roads. Locally, we have school districts that are created, and there's many other departments in the government, including probably my favorite department, the Department of Parks and Recreation. And we'll take a look at a clip here from the show Parks and Recreation, where Leslie Knope is talking to Ron Swanson about some things that the local government can do to better serve its community.
Go ahead, Ron. Let me have it. Oh, wait, I'll do it for you.
I told you so, Leslie. This is what happens when the government interferes with business. Government is bad, business is good, free market.
Capitalism is the only way, Leslie. It moves our country forward. It's what makes America great, and England okay, and France terrible.
I like capitalism. I love competition. I'm more competitive than you.
I don't think so.
I think so.
Settle down.
No, settle up, because the bill's been paid, and I've paid it, and I've won. Look, the point is, there has to be a way for the government to help places that add community value, but don't necessarily rake in the money.
There is not. The free market is a jungle. It's beautiful and brutal, and should be left alone. When a business fails, it dies, and a new, better one takes its place. Just let business be business and government be government.
Here you go. And one number 8.
All right, party time.
So we're going to talk about, in the rest of this lecture, a way for government to add value, and that is with subsidies. So let's start by looking at the market for corn, since the United States government has been subsidizing this agricultural product since 1922. So how does a subsidy for corn affect the market? Well, let's look at the market for corn given in this simple example down here. We have an equilibrium price of $1 where 8,000 units of corn are going to be purchased by consumers. But what happens when a $1 per unit subsidy is given to suppliers? That's right, supply will shift outward. So suppliers are going to be more willing to sell because they are given $1 for every unit they sell. So supply is going to shift outward by $1 per unit. So what is our new equilibrium price and quantity? Well, we can see it down here. Our new equilibrium price and quantity are going to be here at 50 cents, and we'll sell 12,000 units as opposed to up here where it was $1 and 8,000 units. So what will be the cost of the subsidy in the corn market? The answer is $12,000. The cost of the subsidy in the corn market is going to be the price of the subsidy per unit times the number of units sold. Since the price was $1 per unit and the quantity was 12,000, we just do 12,000 times 1, which gives us $12,000. That's the cost of our subsidy. And again, we'll just see here that the cost of subsidy is $1 per unit, right? So here we have the shift in the supply curve down $1. Here's our new equilibrium at 12,000. So $1 per unit times 12,000 will give us the area of this rectangle. This is our subsidy, and the price of our subsidy is right here at $12,000. I hope this makes everything about subsidies clear. The next video we'll talk about how subsidies affect social welfare.